Welcome to episode 30 of the Vyral Marketing Show. I just got back from a long flight from Manila. This episode, you're going to learn how to hire talent in the Philippines. So welcome back to the Vyral Marketing Show. This week, I'm Frank Klesitz, your host and CEO of Vyral Marketing, where it's the mission of our show, as always, to help you attract business, not chase it, by publishing educational, helpful videos like the one you're watching now, or one of the many thousands, if not tens of thousands of videos that we've helped our clients here at Vyral Marketing create by interviewing you on a webcam, which is where you start. And on the show today, I'm going to share with you how to hire talent, like I opened here, in the Philippines. I actually got back from the Philippines, wonderful country. I actually took a trip to Asia to look for virtual assistant help, where sometimes economically you may not be able to afford even minimum wage. Someone here in America, if you're watching this in America, to help you with marketing that may be beyond the scope of what we do for you on the core program here at Vyral Marketing. And I've also heard some really good things about other people hiring virtual assistants around the world. So I decided to go check out my own two eyes. And I want to share with you what I learned, and the pay rates, and what the wonderful country and what the opportunity is there for you if you're looking for some very cost-effective assistance with your marketing. So stay tuned, we're going to cover that. But the context of the show is we're going to talk about how to get more business by attracting business, not chasing it, like I said. And I want you to go to the homepage of our website, where you can download the official video marketing plan. That's where it all starts. By reconnecting with your existing database, by growing your database and publishing educational videos to stay in touch with your database, I want you to get that official video marketing plan on the homepage of our website. And you can hire us to execute that core program, that core plan in the official video marketing plan. That's what we do for you here at Vyral. But there may come a time when you need more help, when the help that we offer here at Vyral isn't enough. Maybe you want to send out more emails to more segmented lists, or maybe you have a print newsletter at a higher level that you want to send out to your database. But I want to spend some time here on this show today just to kind of tell you what I learned in the Philippines. So a little backstory. About 3 years ago, one of our great people here, Jessica Sanders, who I hired virtually. I actually hired her on Upwork about 3 years ago to help us follow up with those of you who request a consultation here at Vyral Marketing to get them on a phone call with me. And her job was to simply call you, respond to you when you inquire on our website, and follow up with you and educate you to get you on a phone call with me at the time. And she did a wonderful job in that role, but she needed to make more money. And she called me up and said, "Frank, how can I make 60 or 70 grand a year?" And I told her, I don't really have that cash to pay for that position. I think the position paid about $12 to $14 an hour at the time. It's quite a jump. But I had an idea for her. And the idea was, I bet you there's a business where you can offer sales management, because you're so good at like the sales, lead follow-up, even the managerial aspects of it. I bet you could offer sales management for people who need to hire outbound prospectors, or anyone. An outbound prospector is someone who you give them a list and they make calls to it to find out who's interested in your product or service. So she ended up starting that business. And it's actually possible, if you buy enough phone numbers to make outbound calls, if you let the phone rip, just let it go, and usually use some type of dialer. The dialer I think she uses is called 59, where it dials like 2, 3, or 4 lines at once to get somebody to actually answer, because you're cold calling. You can make like up to 1,000 phone calls in a day to try to get people on the phone to, invite them into your product or service, right? So we actually named the company 1000callsaday.com. You can go check it out. And Jessica started this company all on her own. And to date, 3 years later, she has about 70 people that she oversees who are employed in the Philippines to make calls. So in order to make the economics work of outbound calling, it depends upon what you're doing. She happens to be calling for lots of real estate agents to find listings in cities. In one city in Phoenix, she has a client that has 14 people in the Philippines making upwards of 700 calls a day, I believe, is about par of what you actually reach when you're actually talking to people, which is insane. So she built this company. I'm a part owner in it because I got her finance, but she runs the whole thing. And she called me up and said, "Frank, would you like to come to the Philippines to meet, all these callers?" And I said, "You know what? I would absolutely love to go." And the reason she hires in the Philippines is honestly just the cost of labor. The cost of living there is much cheaper than here in America, if you're watching this in America. And calling talent ranges for a few dollars an hour. And the economics work when you hire a person for, say, $300-$500 a month to make calls. If you get one deal from the calls all month long, it economically makes much more sense. Whereas here and higher in the States, where you have to pay $10-$12 an hour, your cost is $2,000 a month. And Jessica's done a wonderful job hiring and training, developing the people in the Philippines who are interested in working from home to make those calls. So anyways, that's the backstory. So I fly all the way out there, take a trip, and I got to tell you, it was an amazing experience. We landed in Manila. We drove all the way down about 2 hours south to Tal Lake, where we brought a handful of our callers together, 20 or 30 of our callers. And I got to meet all of them personally and learn about their backgrounds, the culture, and the struggles of living in the Philippines, to be honest with you, economically, So I wanted to kind of give you some backstory. If you're looking to hire someone in the Philippines to help you with calling, whether it be calling your database, whether it be helping you with some extra marketing help, extremely talented people there available for you. So when it comes to pay, I believe the minimum wage in the country of the Philippines is somewhere around, in US dollars, about $250 a month. $250 a month is about the minimum wage. And if you hire somebody that has come from what's called the BPO industry, BPO stands for Business Process Outsourcing, because there's lots of firms that outsource a lot of their call center talent or virtual assistant talent to the Philippines. They usually start someone off in the BPO industry for a little under $2 an hour. So you can get a job in the BPO industry in the Philippines, which actually pays pretty well, relatively speaking. For about $2 an hour, that's where they're working. Okay, and sometimes if you do well, it gets up to maybe $3 or $4 an hour. Just to give you a range of the pay rates in the Philippines. Now the challenge is someone takes this job for, say, $2 an hour, but these companies are usually kind of on the, they're either directly in Manila or they're far away. And at those rates, you generally don't have the money to afford a car. So you have to take public transportation. Public transportation in the Philippines is very dangerous. It's a third world country. And when you're working in the BPO industry and you're working for Americans and you're in the Philippines, you have to go to work at 11 p.m. at night. So you're taking very dangerous transportation in the middle of the night to work. And many things can happen, right? And the traffic is terrible because the infrastructure hasn't been really invested in. So you could be looking at anywhere between a 2 to 3 hour commute in the middle of the night on public transportation to get to and from work. There's some people I spoke with that spend 6 hours a day getting to and from work in the middle of the night and in the morning in the Philippines. So Jessica went to the Philippines and found people who were making $2 an hour or even less than $2 an hour, working at a BPO company or just an outsourcing company. And they take from that $2 an hour about 30 to 40% in tax, just so you know. All right. Plus you have the transportation costs. You imagine that's a difficult life. So Jessica comes and she finds people who are working in an office building, doing virtual assistant work, whether it's customer service, prospecting, virtual assistants work for that rate, and says, hey, I got a deal for you. I'll pay you about $312 an hour, which works out 40 hours a week, about $500 a month. That's a huge pay jump, about a third pay jump. Plus, since you're going to work directly for a client, you get it pre-tax, so you don't have to pay all the taxes on it, right? Versus it being taken out of your check as an employee, right? And here's the biggest kicker. You get to work from home. And people's eyes just completely light up because they don't have to go on this unsafe public transportation going to and from work all the time. They can work directly from home. So Jessica starts her callers, or starts anyone that she hires, at about $312 an hour, which is about $500 a month, working 40 hours a week. Shifts start anywhere depending upon the time zones from maybe 11 p.m. or 1 a.m. for another 8 hours or so. And the people of the Philippines that have worked in those industries are very comfortable working late at night. They got their systems down. They got their life down to be able to pull that off. So for $312 an hour, you can get solid help in the Philippines. And for anyone over there at that rate, that extra $1 an hour raise of what they're making, probably another profession, is going to be tremendous for them. You should hear the stories. All right. then if they do a good job, you can maybe raise them to $4 an hour, which is a great pay. Wonderful pay. All right. Now, at the top end of the pay scale, if you want to know like what the top end, virtual assistants or someone in the Philippines earns, is about $8 an hour. That's the rate that a doctor or an attorney would earn in the Philippines, is about the $8 an hour, at least after tax, $8 an hour over there, to give you a pay range. All right. So I went over there, and you would be wondering, what's it like working with someone in the Philippines versus, say, working with someone in America, if you're watching this in America. And before, I was always kind of skeptical. I thought maybe there's a culture difference. Maybe the internet isn't strong enough, which in places it's not, but that can be fixed. You can get a strong internet connection in the Philippines, especially if they're closer to Manila and they're not out in the rural areas. You get a better internet connection. Maybe they won't work. Maybe the hours will be off. I came up with all these limiting beliefs and maybe why working with someone over there wouldn't make sense. And after traveling over there and seeing the wonderful country and meeting the wonderful people, we had lunch together, dinner together, we did some meetings together, we went trekking together. I can tell you without question, there's no difference. And even the language, even how they speak English, is you can hardly tell if there's any accent. In fact, what I like to do is just take a couple of excerpts of some interviews I've done with a few of the people that work for Jessica and just play them very quickly, just a few sentences, so you can hear the dialect. You can't really, if you didn't know they were from the Philippines, it could just be anyone here in America, on the phone. So just take a listen, meet a few.
I studied in Montessori school from preschool until I graduated on 6th grade. And then high school, I went to one of the prestigious schools in Manila, which is San Bede Alabang.
It was private?
It is a private school. It's run by...
Your parents pay for it?
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I don't have a specific thing that I'm that can categorize the word more right now. It's just that I just wanted to push more every day. I wanted to compete myself every day, so that I will be surprised at what I can actually do the next day, like that.
Where'd you go to school? Talk about your schooling.
Well, I studied as a nurse. I was able to graduate, plus I passed the licensure exam. However, the salary is not enough.
I hear it's like $250 a month or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is not much.
Especially, even if you're just single, you cannot afford to pay the bills just working in the hospital. Like, people who are nurses here, they're just working at the hospital to gain some experience just to work abroad.
So there you go. You met Kayla, you met Joan, you met some other of the great callers that work for Jessica. You can't tell much of a difference, can you? Right? So I just want to let you know the people in the Philippines are extremely hardworking. You giving them the opportunity to work from home where they don't have to commute into work will absolutely change their lives. And understand that most are working for around about $2 an hour to start in their career. And for you to go out there and offer a work from home job that pays $3 an hour, maybe $4 an hour, and just the top end of the spectrum, like a top tier business to business, like phone skill person would probably range you at $6 an hour. And if you want like top tier executive management of someone that oversees a division that's a recruiter and executive level talent, you're going to pay $8 an hour. Isn't that crazy? You can really help somebody out by hiring over there. And it makes sense. Sometimes the economics of your business, and maybe you can't afford to hire a full-time or part-time, marketing assistant with the labor rates and the living wages you have to pay here in America. And if you go and look toward the Philippines for that talent, you might be able to find it. So it's just something I want to open up to you. It's just something to think about. We get a lot of clients asking the question, Frank, I need help with someone making calls to my database when the people clicking on the links in my videos. So when we send these videos out to your database, on the Vyral Marketing plan, you create 2 educational videos a month and we email them out. And you can actually track who's actually clicking the links to engage with your videos. I mean, these people should be called, but you may not have time. And you may not have much money to afford to pay someone to make those calls. Think about hiring one of the great people in the Philippines to help you out. It won't cost much. The other thing is too, one of the things that many of our clients do, what we recommend is hold a few customer appreciation events a year. Maybe 2-3 times a year you hold a mixer, a movie night, a workshop or event to get some face-to-face time in a one-to-many setting to stay in touch with your database, right? But you probably need some help making phone calls to invite people to the event. And you probably can't maybe afford much labor. Look for someone in the Philippines. I'm telling you, as long as you have good management, and I've seen it with my own two eyes by flying out there, as long as you provide your workers who are in the Philippines with the same level of management that you would give in your office currently wherever you live. Let's say maybe a morning huddle where you meet every single morning. Let's say maybe a weekly in-depth one-on-one meeting where you do a video conference once a week to talk to them. You give them a very good training manual of like, hey, here's some videos of exactly how to do what you're supposed to do with a checklist. I mean, these are all things that you should do for your employees, the people working for you currently in your office. Now, you may not, because since they're right next to you, you might get away with the whole just follow me around, just do as I do type of management style, which is a terrible management style, right? But you may be able to get away with it. But this will force you to really document your systems and put down some documented meetings. And I tell you, you won't find any difference, all right? So I hope that story is helpful. I want you to think about the situation economically that people are in the Philippines, understand the travel, understand the tax burden, understand kind of where the pay rates are. And if you're looking to hire someone great in the Philippines, a couple places you can go to post your job ad. Upwork.com is a wonderful place. You can find someone in the Philippines there to be able to do work for you. Maybe start the job ad at maybe say pay somewhere between $3 to $5 an hour for a position, and there'll be many people who would love to be able to take that. On top of that, there's another job board that we've used. It's called onlinejobs.ph. You can go there and find a virtual assistant that way. And of course, just a plug for Jessica, I'm a part owner of the company in full disclosure, but 1000callsaday.com. If you're looking for sales management and you need a sales manager to manage any outbound calling that you plan on having done, Jessica is a wonderful person that can explain to you the numbers and the economics and the costs and be able to handle all that for you. I recommend check it out. So I wanted to take some time today to share with my insights and what I learned and just some things to know when it comes to how to hire talent in the Philippines. I hope you have a couple great takeaways. But before you do that, check out Vyral Marketing. For a couple $100 a month, we can execute a great education-based marketing program for you, our core program. Go to our website, request a free strategy call. The first 30 days is a no-risk trial. If you don't get results in the first 30 days, we will give you all of your money back. Very few marketing firms offer that. Go check that out. We'll talk to you. We'll see if this is a fit. And we handle all of the work for you with regard to helping you create educational videos to stay in touch with and get more business from your number one business asset, which is your database. So thanks for watching. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can watch us on YouTube. We're also on Facebook. And if you go to our website, scroll down to the bottom, you can opt in to join our email newsletter where I publish every single show. You'll be first to know with an email that goes right to your inbox with our newsletter. I'm Frank Klesitz. Thanks for watching.